Welcome to the Palace of Megapixels. This is Super Mega Grand Brothers Turbo.
Hello everyone and welcome to Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo. I'm your host Stephen White and with me is, as always, Todd Stark.
Hello, hello.
How have you been, Todd?
Tired.
Yeah, it's been a bad week. There's a lot of snow and ice and
I didn't get to enjoy any of it.
no.
It was the
not at all.
shitty, just go to work in this shit and you look at it out the window, you're not going to sled in it.
No.
Not at all.
And I really didn't enjoy it either, and I didn't go to work.
Yeah, you were on a mountain.
Because, I'm stuck when it snows. There's a very deep driveway, and I will slide right down into a ditch. And I just
deep
don't
is
want to
not
do
the
that.
word. Like, I would go more for, like, tall.
Yeah, that could work
You have
too.
a tall driveway.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't really want to deal with that. But I did finally get out. So it's not like I was stuck for a long time, just 2 days. And even the last day was a little... I got out by the end of the day. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, let's be honest. Were you stuck?
The first day, for
I
sure.
would welcome that first day to like, well, I can't go to work.
Well, because
I had an
it
excuse.
snowed. Did it not snow all day?
Yeah,
Monday,
it did,
Tuesday?
all day. And we were at work.
Yeah. And I looked at it, and when I got up that morning to go out to work, I was ready to go. And then I just decided, well, all right, well, maybe I can get there. And then as soon as I step out to go to my van, I'm hearing ice.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't snow, like just, you could just hear the ice. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Because if I get there, I'm going to be stuck, and I'm just not doing it.
Right.
So, and I know how my driveway is. I'll never get back up it, so I just wasn't going to do it.
I would not attempt to go down your driveway, nor up your driveway, if there was ice or snow.
Nope.
Not at all.
It's not a fun thing.
No.
But Wednesday, it did not snow. It flurried for a little bit, and then I just decided, well, let's see if I can clear it off. And maybe the sun will come out and help me out. And it
You
did.
use salt?
I did, well, once we got out, I went and got some salt so
Yeah.
it wouldn't ice back over the next day.
Right.
So I was smart about it.
You were. You're a smart guy.
I try to be.
Yeah. Yeah. You're all right. You work hard most of the time.
I'm always working out. I'm working out.
Yeah. Where's John?
I don't know.
He's a lazy sack of shit
Well, we did.
that's got the flu. He said, I got the flu.
That's right. He's got the flu. And
Oh,
we don't want
come
him around here if he's going to be having the flu because I don't want the flu.
I got the flu shot.
I did too.
Then we're cool.
Did you have a reaction to it? Because I did.
Well, like 3 days I did.
Yeah.
I felt like shit, but then I was good.
It broke me out in hives. I didn't like
Did
it.
it?
Yes,
Oh.
it did.
Wow.
After a day, I think.
Maybe that's why you wouldn't wear those, just straps on your little tank top at work.
Yeah,
You
that's
broke out
exactly
hives.
what it was.
Yeah.
Because of that. This thing that I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't either. Sounded good.
It did. But no, John's got the flu, and we were kind of hoping to have him back today. But
I think he's lazy.
it's fine.
I think he's got the lazy flu.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, it's not fair that he's not here. We're working.
Okay.
Why ain't he working?
Because we'll just say he's sick for now. If he comes back next week and says he's still got the flu,
I
then
feel
he better be
like-
hospitalized.
I feel like you baby John.
No, I
Yes.
try to understand where he's coming from a little bit more.
You baby him.
Because he's a baby. He's
He
a
is
younger.
John. A filthy ass. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love his filthy ass. But
Well, someone has to be the mother in this relationship. Okay.
that's why he got married.
That's right.
That's your mama.
Okay.
Now,
Well, she's taking care of him, as far as we know. So
she ought to take care of his, send him his ass over here to do the podcast.
okay, well, point blank, I don't want someone with the flu and however much. If he's running a fever, nah, dude, go on somewhere. I don't want any part of it. So let's not have the flu around the show.
What if he's not running a fever? He's just got the flu.
He's going to be running a fever, at least a small amount. I would imagine.
No.
Well, we'll
Anyway, Let's just agree to disagree.
All right,
John's a lazy
So,
ass.
how about you just tell me what you've been playing this week?
I played Zombies again. I'm addicted to the zombies right now.
I've noticed.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
Zombies.
Zombies, dude. I tried to play that other game. I got on there and just sit there the other night for 2.5 hours, and I just looked at the menu. And then I played Zombies for one round by myself. One round. It's not as fun by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to have a team. 2 or more people.
Yeah.
Or you won't survive long. I mean, there's some out there. I'm not saying you won't. Like, you can go round for round. But I bet you can't do that Easter egg by yourself.
Probably not.
That thing is crazy.
Because they are starting to develop games now where I won't really say they require you to do multiplayer, but it's almost like it's encouraged.
Yeah.
Like they set the difficulty up just a hair above what your skill level might be, and it frustrates you to that point where you're like, you know what, if I had just somebody here to back me up.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy about Zombies? I guess the teammate thing, you can always go buy those buffs that you can get yourself up, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I know you have like self revive. You can get those through like zombie crates and stuff, but if you have somebody with you, they can always get you up if they can survive. And the thing is, it's not that you have to have a high skill level to play this game. It just gets so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And if you make one little mistake, and they set it up for you, man. Like, you'll go around a corner and they have like a drain pipe that hangs out just a little bit further in the corner. Boom, you get hung up and they get you. You just got your ass ate up. Every time you look around, it's not, the game was so hard, I messed up right there. That's the beauty part of it, you know. Because you go, man, if I just wouldn't have done that, I would have kept going, you know. But I think it's what is keeping me reeled in right now.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I always do this with the zombies. That's one of my big things. I love anything zombies, period. But I always end up stuck on this game for a little while.
Yeah.
And they'll fuck it up on the next when they bring the map pack out because it won't be as good. Although it looks awesome because you're like I guess the map looks like the when they come into Normandy, the invasion, the D-Day invasion, it looks like that map with the big bunkers and stuff. And I guess it's called The Darkest Shore, I think. Comes out January 30th.
It does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would like to at least see it.
Right. They had big guns in it. Like, you were trying to shoot these airplanes. I'm trying to figure out why you're shooting airplanes. Are these zombies flying the planes now? I don't know.
What if they're being dropped from the airplanes? That would be cool.
Ooh, God bless. I want to play this now. They didn't screw this one up, I don't think, now. But they showed a bunch of zombies coming out, just walking out of the water, you know, because there would be a bunch in there.
Yeah.
And apparently this is the base where the doctor stored all his zombies, I guess, you know, all his monsters or beasts or whatever he called them. Specimens, I think is what he calls them, yeah. So he stored them all here. That's the story behind it.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if you can make another Easter egg as cool as the one that's on here now, because it goes from open this doors, turn on the power, reroute the power to fill this thing with souls. And then you shoot the zombies in a circle and it sucks into it. And then you have to go get something and build a gun. Mm-hmm. So you build the gun, which is not hard. It's just a moving soul box, and it goes down. It creates a Tesla part. Then you go down another side and you have a gun. You create it. And then you reroute the power doing these buttons, right? And you got to get them in a certain amount of time. And then a damn Zeppelin comes out. And you shoot a light off a Zeppelin, and a battery hits the ground, and it becomes like a soul box. You got to fill it with souls again, and it blows up, and you do this 3 times. And then you can move on to the next one. I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Have not got past that point. It was at round 20, and I just got overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. 21 is the highest I've made it.
Okay. That's good, though.
Yeah, see, you should play. I really think you should. I know what you say. You didn't get into it, but I really think if you were playing in a group,
might be different.
What was going, because there's a whole strategy to everything. Let's run the zombies in a circle and shoot them all. You know.
Well, take for example something like that we have played together, like Dead by Daylight. Something I can play alone because they give you that option, and it's fun to do that because I'll just play as the killer. Mm-hmm. But I haven't gone back to anything like Killing Floor, maybe once, and it just didn't feel fun without other people.
No, they're not.
So
I think those kind of games, they work. And when they work, they're good. Multiplayer, I like multiplayer. I hate when they tack it on to something. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't work for everything.
No, it's not for every game.
Like God of War Ascension, they added online to it. Now I played it and it was fun for a minute. It was it almost felt like a Super Smash Brothers almost, just kind of beat them up. It just doesn't work.
There's not for everything.
No, it's not. No.
All right. Oh, what did you do? God.
Broke my leg.
Todd's been trying to get his headphones.
Yeah.
And he's just been stalling this whole time.
I've been rambling.
Yeah, he's rambling. So while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you what I've been playing.
Yes, I want to hear what you've been playing.
Because you didn't ask. Normally it's
well, that was the
polite.
next thing before I knocked my leg off.
Yeah, but you could have said, hey, what have you been playing? And then knocked your leg.
Hey, what have you been playing?
Okay, thanks.
We can just edit all the other stuff out.
No, it's all staying in.
You're going to leave it?
Yeah, I'm going to leave that because everyone heard.
Yeah, and shit.
Yeah. So what I've been playing, I played The Fractured But Whole. I was still playing that. Finally finished it, which I wasn't too far from the end. It's not a very long game, really.
Good. I
but,
like to hear that.
But at the same time, I guess that's no different than the last one. It's only as long as how much time you really want to put in it.
Right.
If you want to go around and do everything and stuff like that. But I'm glad it wasn't a very extensively long game, just something drawn out for no reason. But I will say that the plot.
Well, before you get into the plot, the first game, you said it lasted 40 hours?
Not even that, 20 to 30 hours.
See, I like that.
Yeah. And this would be about the same.
That right there, to me, 20 to 40 hours is the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
40 hours is getting too long. I'd rather you stay at 30.
So, yeah, this would be kind of in that same area. And I didn't even, compared to what I did in the first one, because I was trying, like I said, I was really trying to reach for a platinum.
Right.
This one I just said, screw it, let me just play it and see what I can get done. And it just got to a point where I don't know, I did what I could and did what I could find on my own, and then just said screw it and just left it alone from that point, because I was like, I'm not going to platinum this, so why even bother? Or to go for those extra things if I don't need to. So, but the story itself, I don't want to really spoil anything for anybody, but it just went off the rails nuts.
Was it, well, this one that dealt with the superheroes.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of what I can say. If you're very familiar with the show at all, I mean, it's funny because I think I've mentioned to you in the past that I've been rewatching a lot of the episodes. Like we went back from episode 1 and we've moved up now.
It's amazing to me how the evolution that show had.
Oh yeah, dude. Once you hit I felt like they really hit a groove once they hit about season 4, because it's like they knew, instead of just doing, simple humor and simple comedy, they really started to tap into that satire that they're so good at.
Right.
And right now where they're at, I think it's season 7 is what we're watching. They're just nailing it down. Like they know exactly what they need to do, what they need to say. Even if the content it almost seems very controversial.
Oh,
like
it always is. That's the beauty part, I think.
Like there was an episode where they seemingly were making fun of Christopher Reeve.
Oh, I've seen that. He was like evil, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he was like, look what I can do. And he was like cracking open fetuses to suck out their stem cells. And you're sitting there thinking, why are they doing this? But if you really think about what they're trying to say, it's that preconceived notion people have to what stem cell research is.
Right, exactly.
That it's not, an actual science. It's just, they're just killing babies and sucking the stem cells out of them. So it's like they showed that absurdity of what this was supposed to be.
Exactly.
And if you really have to look at what they're saying, not just the basic context of what you're seeing.
Right.
And once you kind of look beyond that, it does become funny. Because
I think it's always been funny.
Yeah, always. And that was a lot of the stuff they did with this, is there was just a lot of that good humor that if you saw something and it was just like, man, did that take it a step too far? Try to pay attention to what they're saying there, because there's a message there they're clearly laying out for you. And it was always funny.
And how up to date they are.
Yes.
Dude, I swear to you, remember the whole Jerry Sandusky stuff?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It happened on Tuesday afternoon, right? And the show comes on Tuesday night or whatever night it comes
Wednesday
on.
night.
Okay, it was a Wednesday afternoon then.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, they had a Jerry Sandusky joke in the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, about him being guilty and everything. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I think the very first time I ever saw that was after they captured Saddam Hussein.
Right.
Because that had happened during the weekend, and then that following Wednesday, they were showing him getting captured. I was like, how did they know? What is going on? And then, of course, we find out they're working those episodes on a timer.
Yeah. They got them. They're bringing them in as the stuff happens, it seems like.
So, I mean, they're the way their method is, it keeps them very current and up to date. So I was always thrilled, excited by that prospect that they can do that. But again, the story for this, it just, I don't even know what to say to even justify how off the rails nuts it went, because you're trying to make sense of it all. And again, if you know some of the history, if I'm going to say one name, and this should, if you know what it is, that's all you'll need to know. Mitch Connor is a crucial player in this game, and it just takes it to a level where you're just, I don't know. By the time I got to the end, I had just my hand on my face, going, "What is going on?"
It'll be fun. Is Kanye West in it? Kanye West. I just said that
Kanye.
like a hillbilly. Kanye West.
See you there? No, not to my knowledge. I didn't see him anyway. But once I finally finished that, I was going to play around with a little bit more, and I said, nah, screw it. I'll let it go. And realizing that Monster Hunter was right around the corner, because I was looking at some other games that I had, and I was like, God, do I want to start anything? I just kind of moved back to Injustice 2 because it's something I can drop in and out of. And
can I recommend one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever play Inside?
No, but it is on my wish list.
Play that.
Okay. 2.5
hours, you're done. That's about all you want to play right now, something like that.
And that's what I was actually kind of looking at with some of my games, to see if I had anything short and sweet that I could possibly drop in and out of. And then again, that's kind of why I went to Injustice, because it was like, I can just fight for a minute, I'm done.
That's kind of how driving games are for me.
Yeah.
I can jump in, race a race, through. There's, I'm done.
But I still get mad at this game.
Well, I mean, you can still get mad at racing it.
Because... And, my family keeps asking me, it's like, why do you continue to play it if it makes you so angry? And I'm like, I know I can do it.
Madden is the same way. She's like, I don't understand why you get so mad.
Well, it's because 1 minute, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know why it happens this way, but 1 minute I can be just kicking ass and just like beating the hell out of all the characters. I'm like, yeah, I'm badass. And then you find this one who just seems to be able to do every fucking move.
Black Lightning!
And you can't do anything. You're just getting your ass beat. And you can't do anything. You get cornered. You're like, I can't do anything. Why am I doing this? And that's what frustrates me.
Yeah.
If I can't defend myself, if I can't do anything to defend myself, it's just like, why am I even playing? The computer's just going to put me in a corner and beat me up. So, screw it. Just
whooped your ass.
Win.
You ain't never been put in a corner and had your ass whooped?
No.
I got whooped on the bus. First time I ever rode the bus.
But it was just one of those frustrating things that when that happens, it was like, screw it. But when you can finally find a way to beat it, and you get that sense of satisfaction,
right?
That's why I continue to go back, because there was this one, and I don't know how I lost it, but it was just like the single worst defeat I've ever had on that game, because I looked at it like, what happened? It was a special fight. Mm-hmm. Character was like level 20. He had armor to begin with.
Is this online?
The multiverse. Things. So these campaigns kind of shift in and out.
Okay.
So
you can
they
change
kind of reset.
Well,
they reset on their own. They're on a timer.
So this is the story mode?
No, it's a way to kind of keep fighting.
That's what that was going to be my next question. What are you doing? Because it sounds like you're doing something different than what you were doing with the story mode.
Yeah, story mode. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. You got all your chapters, and you play whatever characters they give you.
Kind of along the lines of Mortal Kombat, right?
Right.
Okay.
The multiverse, what they do is they'll lay out different planets, and depending on, or different worlds, multiverse worlds, whatever, and it'll kind of give you a text as to what it's pertaining to, but it doesn't really matter. Right. But say they had like their Justice League events, you'll just go in and you'll play whatever the stipulations are, because sometimes you can fight with whatever character you have. Sometimes they're limited to what level they're on. Okay. Sometimes you even have to pay some of the currency that you earn in the game to even achieve or to even start a mission.
Well, that's cool.
And they'll just set up guidelines for some of them to say, this is what you have to do. This is who you have to fight. Sometimes you'll have your environment's working against you. You'll have like missiles shooting at you all the time, lightning bolts.
Damn.
Sometimes you'll have a sidekick, someone who can come in and help you if need be. And sometimes that's really helpful, especially if you got like a real hard mission.
Right.
Because you can just like hit your stick. Mm-hmm. Say if you're beating somebody up and then all of a sudden they pull a reversal and they're about to corner you, can just flick that switch and they get hit. And it kind of frees you up a minute.
Okay.
So depending on how they lay out the scenario for you, it can be easy or it can be very difficult. and it can be very, very frustrating.
How often can you hit him in?
It has like a recharge bar.
Okay.
It kind of
Did you
gives
just
you
say that?
maybe like 2 or 3 seconds in between. So,
Okay,
just
so you can go, you use it, and then 3
Yeah.
seconds you can use it again.
pretty
Okay.
much something.
Or do you have
that
to like
effect.
get hits or something to
No,
charge it up?
it'll charge up on its own. You just have to give it time to come back up.
Okay, that would be the way. That's how I would want to find.
Oh yeah, if any time that I had a buddy or like an assist like that, I would try to utilize them at every given point that I felt like it was necessary. Like I wouldn't just use it willy nilly. I wanted to make sure that there was a time and a place to use it, because if I got stuck, that needed to be my out.
Right.
So that it comes in handy.
You know what needs to happen? This might be just terrible of me, but I just would like to see what it looks like. But a Walking Dead fighting game. Negan, Rick, T-Dog, Tyson.
It'd have to be a very
Tyrese.
brutal style.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not like jump and kick like Shane and Rick's fight in the barnyard, kind of, or the bus yard, that kind of style.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would be a fighter or fighting game that would really kind of, I don't know, showcase what kind of fighting game you're talking about?
I don't know. What if you had it like set up in like a 3D environment, but you had like a room? Okay, you're fighting in the bus yard, and there's a little area laid out that you can only fight in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of maybe like the Last of Us style.
Okay. Perhaps, I don't know. That's it's.
But each fight could be like a boss character,
Yeah.
for a story mode. Can you see Negan and Rick fighting?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see them fighting,
That'd
but
be awesome.
how they would be presented would make or break it. Because if you saw them doing stuff that
you
would just
can't
be
do that.
outlandish,
Yeah.
it would lose you immediately. You'd just be
Right.
like, no, I can't get behind this. So, but it could be fun if done right.
What if, like, say, Negan charges Lucille up and he can hit with it, right? Boom, he hits Rick, and Rick has a limp now afterwards. Or he charges his Python up and shoots him in his shoulder. Now he can only punch left-handed. Something, I mean, like, it'd still be just a one button push, but it would take away a combo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Why haven't people done that before? That
I don't
would be
know.
pretty cool.
I think it would. Maybe
Especially
they have.
in something like Mortal Kombat where they did those
Yeah.
X-ray bone breaks and stuff. That
Yeah.
would be like awesome to do.
Yeah, now your
Make
leg
it a
doesn't
crippling
work.
effect.
Yeah. But with Mortal Kombat, I think, I don't know, man. It kind of works that they get up because they're almost kind of super powered anyway.
Very true.
But still, why haven't they done that with a game? Like, for example, like Street Fighter. That one would work because they're not really super powered, but they don't.
But
really
they do those outlandish
Yeah.
Japanese anime. Booyah! Super game.
Oh,
Hadouken!
yeah. Spinning bird kick. I never knew what she said
I didn't either.
forever.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move on to our news, since we got a lot to get to.
The news.
Boom. All right.
What's the boom?
I don't know. I added a boom. I thought it worked.
It's like I hit my knee on the table again.
All right, well, plenty of news came down the Twitch pipeline over the last week. I don't know if you heard a lot of this, but first, Twitch made a deal with Disney Digital Networks to bring new and exclusive content from various creators like Jacksepticeye, Luzu Games, Markiplier, and Strawberry17. I said it just like it's spelled, Strawberry.
Strawberry. Now, what does this mean?
Well, each creator will manage their own channels on the platform to showcase live and exclusive on-demand content for several years as far as the deal is stretched.
So you mean Strawberry
Strawberry.
is a person?
Yes.
And Nintendo. Jesus,
Disney.
we always talk about Nintendo. It seems like, but Disney has agreed with Twitch to here's
allow
some
these-
content, and then Twitch pick these people.
It's not just these four. I think there are a few others that go along with it.
That's
those.
big.
Those are just four big creators that
That
are
is
going to be
huge for
yes.
Twitch. I honestly think because now you're starting to make deals and you're starting to make money now, like serious money.
Oh yeah, and I'll continue with my story
Please,
so
please
you
go.
can kind of understand a little bit more. Michael Aragon, who's the SVP of content for Twitch, said that the growth of Twitch is based on listening to our content creators and building the features that they need to be successful. That includes our robust approach to monetization, moderation, and interactive technology. We're looking forward to working with Disney Digital Networks and their large stable of popular entertainers to showcase all that we have to offer, including a passionate and supportive community. Now, on the flip side, Andrew Sugarman, I think that's his name, who's the EVP of Publishing and Digital Media at Disney Consumer Products and Interactive Media. Wow, he needs to shorten that.
He needs to do like a shield thing. Huh?
Yeah. Said that we are always looking to create opportunities for our Disney digital networks, digital talent. That's a lot of digital.
That's still it's still early.
Yeah. To bring their stories and content to more fans in new ways. Partnering with Twitch gives our biggest creators access to platform tools, expertise, and community to directly engage with and build their audiences. Additionally, in the aftermath of the huge YouTube controversy, did you hear about that?
No, what happened?
Okay, YouTube, and this is speculation, but if you kind of connect the dots.
Why is it always YouTube? It's just always been speculation, like with Nintendo and the whole rights thing.
I don't know if during the last couple of weeks, did you hear about Logan Paul? Do you know who Logan Paul is?
I feel like I remember that name.
Okay,
over the last week.
He's a pretty big YouTuber. He's got a rabid following on YouTube. He went to Japan,
Right.
And not only did he ridicule the Japanese culture, he was like throwing Pokeballs at police officers and stuff like that, being just a straight up ass. He went to this forest that's known for suicides.
Yeah, the
in
Suicide
Japan.
Forest, right? That's the one they did the movie about.
Right. And he actually found a body when he went in there, but he recorded it, showed it to everybody, put it in the thumbnail, everything. Just showed a dead body on YouTube and didn't seem to have any cares or, concerns about it. He just fascinated. Oh, I found a dead body. Oh my gosh. And, people tried to defend his reactions to it, and it was just like, dude, shut the camera off.
It's like defending Trump.
Yeah. All he had to do was shut the camera off. He didn't have to show the body.
No.
But this blew up because people started accusing YouTube of allowing this to happen because it clearly violated their terms and services. Mm-hmm. They never took it down, even though they swore that they went through the proper channels and eventually took it down, but they never took it down. He did, because the backlash came back, and he apologized half-assed.
Right.
So suddenly, YouTube's like, well, we need to take a better look at our terms of services and all our, stuff that we have to do to make sure that this never happens again.
Right.
So what they've decided to do is any channel that has less than 1,000 subscribers and does not have 4,000 watch hours on their channel now cannot be monetized. So they're taking away their money. And
nice.
It's pretty much that simple. And obviously this hurts a lot of channels. Mine is included.
Right.
I'm now, come by the end of February, I will no longer be able to monetize my videos. And, to me, I'm not making a big chunk of money, but there's always that opportunity. So maybe when that one video finally hits, I could actually make some money off of it.
Because now you got to make two.
Yeah.
It was you just made one. Now you got to make two.
Right. So now I have to, it just doesn't seem like a viable platform anymore. Because you're telling me that if I can't get up to 600 more subscribers within the next month, I'm screwed.
They'll be on Twitch now.
Exactly.
Here, come on, Twitch.
So,
well, that's the thing about YouTube to me is there's this push to do more than the other person does. Mm. Whereas, okay, is YouTube live at all, or is it?
You can be live,
but mostly it's always filmed, and Twitch is most always live. Pretty
right.
Much. Okay.
I mean that would essentially be the counterculture of it, both pre-made versus live.
Right. Well, there's that pressure as a YouTuber to wow everybody, and you get something like that. Not to defend the guy at all.
No.
He just made a mistake. Mm-hmm. But like I could understand that pressure.
And
if you see a dead body, like this is going to get 1 million views right now, I know it will. Boom. I would probably take the picture. I don't know that I would have probably apologized more than he did. I don't know, but I think everybody would make that mistake.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times.
And again, like you said, I think, you're probably spot on with that. I would probably agree, but no one seems to be doing anything about it. Right. No one seems to. His fans, He had, like I said, he's got some rabid fans. They did not even try to say that was wrong. They just defended him 100% and pretty much came off like people normally do, where they'll just cuss everybody and just say, "You're stupid, you're wrong, up yours."
How about just don't comment?
Yeah,
okay,
because
just
they can't.
If you want to support him, just come and watch the show. Tell him hi.
Yeah,
like,
but
we're still here.
But even in the aftermath of all that, his subscriber count still went up.
Oh, of course it did.
And all this other stuff. So he's not hurting. This is hurting the little guy. I don't understand.
That's what I was going to say. It's not fair for them to come back and say this, because in the end, it's really just like, hey, that's exactly what it is. Now they have to do one step further to even get any money, and we can reap the benefits of it.
Yeah. And what they even said now is, instead of doing their algorithm thing, which I'm sure will still be in play, but now they're actually going to have someone actually watching videos.
Mm-hmm. No, they won't.
Well, that's what they swear.
Yeah, they swear.
Somebody's going to watch the videos to make sure that it's monetary worthy. So if you cut all those other people out, which is like 99% of YouTube, then that's less work for that person. They don't have to worry about it anymore.
Or people. You just created a job, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But
probably.
I don't know. That's just stupid. It's almost like if you compared it to race car driving, and the first person that had a wreck and died, nobody else can drive. Mm-hmm. We're not racing anymore. It's kind of that. Why? How fair is that?
It's not.
It was, dude made a mistake, and you're killing everybody else's chance.
Yeah, and not to say that they didn't need to do something, but I don't feel like that is what they needed to do.
How about a punishment? How about, fine him? Something like that. If he's a YouTuber and he's making that much money, if it was money, monetized, fine him.
And it was. That was the other messed up part about it. It was monetized.
Right.
So, I don't know. Anyway, in the aftermath of all that, Twitch also introduced new tools for its creators to help them build hype around upcoming videos. The new video producer tool allows creators to make landing pages, countdown timers, and reruns for their content. A part of the upload workflow will be premieres, which will allow creators to upload pre-made videos to their landing page. Viewers can then set reminders from their landing page for an alert before the videos become available. Creators can also create countdowns to build hype, and also air reruns to play throughout the day. Twitch released a statement saying, "The challenge frequently faced is that when the time comes to share recorded content to the world, success is in the hand of the algorithm. Video Producer gives creators more options, more control, and more opportunities to find viewers, grow an audience, and make a living doing what they love." Now, on the downside of this, getting your content found by new viewers isn't necessarily a sure thing, but you can easily ensure that your most loyal fans will never miss a video. Twitch claims that the tool will provide more control over the path to success by giving them new ways to ensure their audience keeps coming back. Now, obviously, I feel like their statement was clarifying how they differ from YouTube, and these moves are actually setting them into a position that could give them the top streaming platform a run for its money.
Right.
Because it was something that I actually thought about, and whether or not it would be something that it would be viable for me to do. If I could set up my channel on Twitch, or even another channel that would be like my YouTube page, but all it is are my videos running like a TV show, and maybe it shuts off at some point during the day, my content's always there. It's always running.
Right.
People could come in at any point in time and see it and be like, what is this? And it might catch somebody's eye. And then that catches somebody else's eye, and so on and so forth. And they could just be having a conversation. Anything could happen.
Right.
And to me, that was just like, that's not a bad idea. I don't know if it would work like that, but it sounds like it could.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're your own channel. You're like a legitimate channel. Mm-hmm. This is what I have for programming today. And everything I could set up, there could be new shows. You could say this is going to premiere at this time, this day. People know to chime in. Big.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
It is big, dude. I'm serious. Like, you think about like how YouTube started. This could be that next step.
And I was actually saying that as all this was coming through. I think I even said it to a tweet to somebody. Someone needs to come through and give YouTube runs for its money. And for some reason, I never thought about Twitch. Because when I think Twitch, I think gaming. But there are so many people out there doing things that are not gaming. Yeah. You know, I see people doing just regular IRL streams. I see people doing cooking shows.
It's awesome.
reading.
It's almost like it's his own network.
Yeah, and when people do the IRL stuff, whether it's drawing or whatever,
Right.
not to say that the gaming doesn't fascinate me. That's why you're there to begin with. That's what brought you there to begin with. But to see that one-off, somebody doing something different, it's fascinating to me. And I always am eager to check it out.
Right.
Because it's not everything else. It's something different.
Mm-hmm.
So I love seeing that. Now, outside of all the big deals, there was actually a hack on several Twitch accounts that was affected by the very popular League of Legends stream. I didn't realize that was big, but apparently it's like huge.
It is huge. I think it's huge in China. Am I right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, apparently stream titles were being altered and even bans were being issued. One of the streamers affected was Tyler One, which is very original, was a controversial... Tyler One.
His buddy Tyler 2.
He was actually a controversial League of Legends streamer who was recently unbanned by Riot Games and was allowed to play publicly again. Now, when he actually returned to Twitch, he actually broke the viewer count records, but during his stream, the title of the stream was changed to something vulgar, which immediately violated Twitch terms and conditions.
Nice.
One of the moderators who was thought to have made the change was promptly banned, and the moderator actually responded to try and get his account reinstated and find the actual culprit of this. And right now, as far as I know, no one has been found. I was curious when I was looking this up. I didn't look at the name at first, and I thought, no, I want to see what it is. It was what you would expect.
Right.
Whether it be not just vulgar, but racist, hateful.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
you know, the usual troll stuff. Funny enough, now that I'm kind of bringing this up, I feel like this is a good time to bring it up. Epic Streamers has its own troll. I don't know if you've heard about him.
Who?
The only name that I think we've caught him under is Rise of the Banana. Again.
So like a hard banana?
Yeah, I'm guessing. But he just shows up in random streams of all the Epic streamers and just starts spouting off racist, hateful nonsense until someone.
Fun?
I don't know. And he apparently, from what I've heard, would create new accounts just to keep coming back in and doing it. So I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if we've gotten rid of him, but he's just like a little rat that won't go away.
He is the reason why they need to figure out how to link a new account to the same thing. There's got to be a way to do it.
Yeah. And what I would love to know is, deep in the back of my head, and I haven't said this to any of them, so if they're hearing this for the first time now, they're going to know. I have a feeling it's somebody we all know and who's feels slighted in some way.
Could be.
Why would this person have any other reason to do this?
I don't know.
If especially our community, we're so small. Right. You know, as far as, I mean, for right now, compared to other, you know, communities that are out there. But again, he could just be some hateful little shit that had nothing better to do. So I don't know.
I bet he's got like a little tiny pecker.
Probably.
I think. I mean,
Rise of the Banana, if you're listening to this, you have a tiny penis.
A tiny banana. Like I would be a troll. I have a tiny penis. Mm-hmm. So I would be a perfect troll.
What? So that's what it takes. You got to have a little penis.
That is the first thing.
You have a very big penis. I have a small penis.
I cannot. I have to be a troll.
Okay. I'm gonna move on. The next story I have is that last week, 3 separate French publications ran stories that stated some former employees of Quantic Dreams reported racism, homophobia, and a toxic workplace environment during their time at the company. These accusations seem to be targeted specifically toward David Cage and co-founder Guillaume de Fondemier. I hope I said that right. David Cage responded in less than stellar way using the "I'm not racist because I have a black friend" defense. He said, quote, "You want to talk about homophobia? I work with Ellen Page, who fights for LGBT rights. You want to talk about racism? I work with Jesse Williams, who fights for civil rights in the USA. Judge me by my work." There was also a report of a database of over 600 images depicting minority collaborators and their employers or employees in demeaning ways. Racist and homophobic slurs are written on these digital altered photos, putting the subjects into sexual positions. There were even pictures altered to decorate employees in Nazi clothing. Now, reps from Quantic Dream issued statements saying that they deny all allegations sometime after David Cage's statement. Sony France even issued a statement saying, as an independent development studio, Quantic Dream is responsible for their social and wage policies. More generally, we expect our suppliers and partners to comply with laws and practices in force in their country. We have no other comment. Now, I don't want to demean this. This seems to be a thing that's just happening now.
Right, it is.
You know, ever since, I'm going to say Weinstein was like the cork that just popped the bottle. Because he seemed to be the one that just let off the floodgates. Of course, his fat ass was holding him back. But it just seems like everybody's got a story now. And I don't want to say that no one's telling the truth. I don't. But every now and again, you'll hear that story where somebody was lying, and it gets you to questioning everything.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
I hate when people lie about it. And I'm not saying these people are lying, by no means.
I don't know, man. I don't see it being that way.
Yeah.
It could just be somebody's mad. Maybe they got let go.
And, well, they did say that these were former employees.
Okay.
But did they quit on their own? Were they just tired of it? Did they get fired? I don't know. They didn't say. They just said they were former employees.
Yeah, you got other employees coming out saying that it's not true. Mm-hmm. And David Cage, he just doesn't seem like that.
Right.
I mean, they seem so mild-mannered, you know what I mean?
But his response, the kind of, I'm not homophobic because I worked with a lesbian defense, was kind of like, really?
Yeah, I think that's just because you're kind of shocked at the...
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, really? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, their games are too personal for them. Like, it's like they have a grasp on anything, the racism, all that kind of stuff. They have a grasp on all of it. They do games about it.
Perhaps that's where some of this is getting skewed.
Right.
Is because maybe they have to go in those dark places to really get that understanding.
Right.
Maybe they don't mean to go there. I don't know. But here's a question for you. I would love for you to give me your take on.
Okay.
Because this is one of those that kind of bugs me a little bit, you know?
Right.
Like, where's the moral high ground, I guess, so to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're in a moral quandary.
Sure.
Say this is true. Say every bit of this is true, and he comes out and finally says, yeah, I was hateful and racist and terrible to people, and that's that. So now you know David Cage is that person.
Right.
Do you still support his game? Do you go out and buy Detroit Become Human? Or do you look at it and say, well, it's not just his game. It's other people were involved, so should I take this away from myself because I was looking forward to it? To say a protest, or I don't know, where do you put yourself in that position?
The way I look at it is this, like, I don't agree with what he did, but I have never... some people are assholes.
Yeah.
Like, this guy fooled us if he's an asshole. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of asshole.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm going to get that game.
And see...
Because that's, like you said, it's not just him. If that game goes under, the people that he was hateful to get punished again.
Yeah, and that's where I start to look at the other implications of that, because it's not like he did this on his own.
Right.
And another example of this was Jeepers Creepers 3 when it came out. The guy who directed that is I think it was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Something
like that. You talked about it. Yeah, it was something like that.
And people were like, well, you need to go boycott his movie. You know, don't go watch his movie. And should he have made that movie? Probably not. So whoever was behind that shouldn't have put that together, because that was well known before he did that movie. So if you're trying to, I don't know why you would do that.
And maybe they're looking at it the same way we're looking at it. Hey, this guy's he's paid his dues. Maybe he screwed up. I don't know. Maybe that's how they're looking at it.
I don't know.
Or it's a buddy helping a buddy out.
Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there thinking, well, I kind of want to see the movie just out of curiosity, but I'm not going to go spend money on it. Right. So maybe I'll just catch it on cable. But does me watching it at that point give him support? No, I'm just, I want to go, I want to see the movie just out of curiosity. I'm not saying, hey, it's that guy. That's the pedophile. I'm going to go watch his movie. It's me saying, hey, that's a third movie in a series that I was kind of interested in, and I'm kind of curious to see where it goes.
Right.
He's the last thing on my mind.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
I'd already forgot about him.
yeah, and so as far as he's concerned, I'm trying to look at a bigger picture. If it is true, I'm not buying the game to support him.
Right.
There are hundreds of people involved. Yeah. We know that. You have to sit through 10 minutes worth of credits sometimes. So other people are involved, and they have to get paid too. Right.
They have to eat. Tell me one more time exactly what was said.
What he said specifically,
or what he's being accused of.
All they really said is that they just reported racist comments, homophobia, and a toxic workplace. That's all they recorded. Well, they never really specified what it was. They just said that's things that they were experiencing during that time.
So just by their recollection.
Yeah. Okay. It was like that. Like I think there were a few comments here and there, and I think there was this one. There was one, if I can remember, it was something like I'm not even going to repeat it because I can't. If I can't get it right, I don't want to botch it. Mm-hmm. But there were a few comments here and there that were stated, but I didn't write them down, so I don't remember what they were. But in general, people were just saying that he was being hateful, racist, or homophobic. But yet his response was, "Look at the people I've worked with. Why would you think that?"
I would say that. I mean, it sounds bad, but I mean,
it came. If anything, it came out wrong.
Some people are just rough around the edges. Maybe what I'm saying. Like maybe that's how he is, not in front of everybody. Yeah. But they, like you said, they could have took it wrong.
I don't know. I don't know. Until something's clarified beyond this, I don't know, because you still have the picture issue.
Now that could be done by anybody though.
Yeah. So that could just be one rotten tomato in the whole bunch. Right. So I don't know.
I don't believe pictures anymore. It seems I just don't.
No. All right, moving on. On Friday, Monster Hunter World dropped, and players can finally experience the full glory of the game.
The full glory, and I sit here and not be able to get online.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you are not hyped for this game, for any reason whatsoever, either A, it just does not interest you, which is fair. You have a reason not to be interested. But if you're interested but not hyped, then you will be happy to know that an early review from Famitsu in Japan dropped, and they gave it a 39 out of 40, which is an odd scoring system. But okay.
Now, that is a weird score.
Yeah, weird score. I don't know how they do that, but
you got 72 out of 85. Yeah.
Why 85? I don't know. It just sounded good. Now, Famitsu does have a bit of a reputation for being lenient on games, especially Japanese developed games from big publishers. But if you look over the highlights, this does not seem to be the case. Here are a few of the main points that I got here. You have 50 to 60 hours to reach the main ending of the game, of the main campaign. Right. But you still have tons of replay beyond that. Side missions, extra DLC that they're going to add for free, all sorts of stuff. You're going to have plenty to do. There's a massive increase in the feeling of presence and plenty of change to make it a more comfortable experience, truly worthy of being called the next generation Monster Hunter. The seamless areas keep you in the action without interruptions. We saw that during the beta.
I didn't.
Well, yeah, you could have if you'd played alone.
I don't want to play that game alone.
Well, you could have played the easy one alone.
I mean, I fought for a minute but I just felt lost. I needed somebody to guide me.
You had a guide. You could have just listened to the lady. She would have told you what to do. The lady didn't
tell me shit.
She did. She told you everything to do.
Follow the lightning bugs. And it wasn't that fun to me by myself. That's one of those games, man. It's like Killing Floor. I ain't going to play by myself, man.
All the time.
Yeah, I know. You love that game. Mm-hmm. Like, you are so excited.
Anyway, the pacing of the action has also been increased, so it's a lot more action-packed. Of course, we saw that in the beta. A wide range of information from weapon trees to monsters, weak points, and parts that can be broken are now all can be checked in the game, which is really cool because you kind of had to figure that out on the other games as far as like weak points and stuff like that. So that's really awesome. Now it's that makes it easier for everybody to start a new game if you're new to the Monster Hunter franchise. Scout flies are revolutionary. I have to agree with that because if you wanted to track your monster last time in the other games, you had to make like a paintball and tag them, and even that would disappear after time. So yeah,
but it's kind of realistic.
Yeah, but this at least kind of gives you a way to keep track of them if you lose them.
Yeah,
which is definitely helpful.
It's cool to me that you can lose them.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
It adds to the chaos when it comes down time. Like if you're running out of time and you can't find them, that's really frustrating.
I don't like the time thing.
The time has to. They didn't specify this here,
right?
But I'm going to guarantee that the time will go up.
Is there a story mode?
Yes. Going to get to that.
Okay.
The areas are spread out in all directions. There's always more things to find or see, and that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I'm hoping that you actually have a way to just explore.
Yeah, because that was what I didn't like about the beta.
And that's what I'm going to assume that they were trying to do.
You have 15 minutes to experience all you can experience.
Yeah, and then we're going to cut you off.
Yeah. That's
so
cool.
at least, that kind of keeps you from just... If they gave you unlimited time, you're just going to be sitting in there doing whatever.
Yeah, that's
but at the same time, it's not like it's going to do you any good. Because collecting stuff during the betas, it's not going to do you any good. You're not going to keep it. So that would have been kind of cool, though. If they'd let you roll that over. Anyway, the story has a strong, solid through line, which... This definitely seems to be a much deeper story than anything I've seen out of the other Monster Hunter games.
Well, I mean, what is the premise to the stories on the other ones?
Well, it depends. Because the one I can remember, I'd say clearly, because I played it more, was Monster Hunter 3.
Right.
There was a monster called the Leviathan. It's not a Leviathan. Something like that. I can't remember what... gosh... Starts with an L. The name is like right there on the tip of my tongue.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I am. God. Damn it. Anyway, this monster, which is a long snake serpent, was terrorizing this little town.
Right.
They sent a message out to the Guild of Monster Hunters or whatever. I'm sure there was a more official name.
Yeah.
You were sent to be their hunter.
Your hunter.
So they tell
huntress.
you, or huntress.
Yeah.
And they tell you what they've been experiencing. Here are all the problems. So you start taking the missions from the guild hunters, or the Hunters Guild, and you start taking care of the monsters.
And you're trying to find this big one.
Right. And then eventually he'll show up after you complete so many quests, and then you'll take that one as your main mission to go after him. Once you kill him, other things start to happen. So there's a much larger story at play. That's why cool. You think you're there, but then there's like, wait a minute, there was something that just happened, like an earthquake. Something's going on here. Something's amiss. Maybe you need to take a look at that. So they keep you around.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it really expands out. So I'm curious to see how this one, because, again, this one seems much deeper. Now, it also says that the game is definitely a game for cat lovers. Obviously, if you've seen the Palicos or Palicos, however you want to...
Yeah, man. Peyton loved those, dude.
But they are your best friend. If you make sure that they're equipped properly and they can help you out, they will always back you up. And that's what I like about Palicos.
Well, they have like dogs too.
Yeah.
They need dogs.
Well, yeah, maybe, but could you see a dog doing that? Like,
I sure could.
Okay. I just don't think the visual just seems weird.
It would look like the dog on the Labyrinth.
I don't know. They'd have to try it out and let me see if I would get in.
It could be like Brian.
Maybe, I don't know. It's just
it would work.
The Palicos work the way they are.
You just like them because they're cute.
Yeah, and you can design them and everything.
You can design a dog.
Yeah, maybe.
You can design a cat. You can design a dog.
Anyway, the
gerbils, all kinds of shit. Weasels.
It also includes systems that series fans can dig down deep into. So, review or no, I've been sold on this game since day one. I'm glad to hear this, regardless of their reputation for being soft. We will have a full review when the game releases.
Review.
Yeah, well, maybe not like the day the game releases, but the show after the game releases, somewhere in there.
So if you're wanting it for your birthday, come get this review.
That's right. So we will have a review for you when we get to play it and can sit down and give you our 2 cents on it.
If anybody's listening and you want to give us your game like a couple days early, you can specify what type of review you get. Can't tell us if it's going to be good or bad. But.
No. Game developers, we have worked with one or two. We've had one or two on the show. Actually, if you kind of go back through our library last year, if you have a game, we'll play it. We'll review it. We will be honest.
And we'll be honest.
Yeah, and we'll have you on the show.
I would feel like as a game developer, this would be the perfect jump off spot for, honest and just get a good, opinion on the game outside the box, I think.
Because what good does it do us to lie
Yeah.
about your game and say that, oh, this is a great game, and when it's broken?
PS4.
Sure, I'll take PC.
You can have PC. I want the PS4 one.
And we need an Xbox player. Well, we really don't.
No, we don't.
Okay.
I might just... No, I can't even say that.
We got PC. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move on. So your favorite subject.
Nintendo.
Yes, Nintendo is doing it again, pushing the envelope in innovation,
Oh, God.
introducing the Nintendo Labo.
What the flip?
It is a do-it-yourself kit that allows players and families to build their very own creations that are then used alongside the Nintendo Switch and the Joy-Cons, immersing yourself deeper into the game. Essentially, you are building cardboard pieces into objects, then you are connecting them to your Joy-Con, as they call
Slipping it over top of it?
something like that, or they're calling these cardboard constructions Toy-Cons. And then you can create them. A great example is, or at least from what I saw, you create a fishing rod, and then you put the Switch tablet down, and then you got your Joy-Con and the fishing rod, and then you can, cast and then fish with the Toy-Con while you're looking at the screen. Yeah.
Nope.
And I'm sure that they'll have a golf thing where you can make it into a golf club and then a
Baseball,
little cardboard golf
They're going to
club.
make Wii Sports again.
Yep. With Labo.
That is so... Why? That is the thing I hate about Nintendo, the fucking names they come up with.
Labo.
Wii U, Wii. That's stupid. Come up with something cool, man. Switch is a cool name. You did good on that one.
Yeah. But
Labo. You just screwed that one. Mm-hmm. Labo.
now Labo comes with 2 purchase options. You have the Variety Kit, which contains 5 small projects and their respective games that goes for about $69.99. Then there's the Robot Kit, which allows you to probably build a robot.
Probably. But who knows? With Labo.
Yeah. And that goes for $79.99. This launches on April 20th. And I have no doubt that it will sell out.
$420.
$420.
You got to be high to buy this shit.
Well, look, man. Everything that they've come up with, all these outlandish things, they sell. They always
it's just
sell.
like people that buy the Switch and the Wii nowadays also watch QVC. And they will buy whatever the hell you show them. I don't know why they do that, and I don't know. Maybe it's cool. I don't know. If you're really into Switch, like,
I feel like it's one of those things that it's cool at first. Like, all right,
then
maybe
you go,
this will be
why
kind
did
of
I
neat.
buy this?
Yeah. Eventually, you're going to look at it and be like, it's cardboard.
It's cardboard that my dog just pissed on, and
Because
it's
essentially you're
limp
paying
now.
$10. Because I'm going to incur the cost of $59.99 as the game you get with it.
Right.
Which better be a solid game for $60.
Labo.
But then you're paying $10 for some cardboard that you turn into an object, and I could do that with my own cardboard box.
I got a knife. I cut a damn golf club out of a... When you swing the golf club one time, that neck's going to be in on the golf club, and it's just going to flop. You ain't going to want that no more.
Never know.
$10 down the drain. $10 gone.
Well, it's kind of back what you said, the Wii Sports thing, kind of what they did with the Wii U and Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Where you'd still play with the Wii controller, but you'd put your tablet on the floor, and that would be your ball. So you could see the ball on the screen there, and then you just hit, like you couldn't see it on the screen in front of you.
Yeah. So dumb. That's why the Wii U failed.
Well, they try sometimes, I think, to take that extra step for innovation, and it goes a step too far.
Give me effing graphics, dude. Make a powerful console. One time, Nintendo. Just go balls to the wall.
But look I think they're afraid to do that, because if you take a look at the last time they did that, the GameCube.
Come on, man.
Think
I'm about what generation they came out in. Am I right when I say the PlayStation 2 was out?
Yeah.
Okay, that destroyed everything. Mm-hmm. Now, let Nintendo roll out a Switch type console that's actually got balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If they would go that extra mile just to see where they could go with it,
Right.
I guarantee you they'd nail it.
I know they would. I mean, I know, and then just take your games and let them grow up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just let them grow up. Release them.
It doesn't need to be all of them either. It's just a few.
Yeah. Metroid, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let Zelda grow up. Mm-hmm. If you could, I don't even know if you could with Mario, but if you could in some way let it, I don't know, Mario's okay. Just kind of, you don't have to reinvent the wheel with Mario.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like.
You can keep him G-rated. It's fine.
Yeah.
Star Fox could be your PG.
Yeah.
Because you could make that Star Wars type.
Right.
And never really have to cross that barrier.
No,
Zelda's your PG-13 and Metroid's your R.
Right. And Zelda, well, I think Zelda could even almost be R, depending on how dark you make the story.
Yeah.
Zelda
Probably
could
could
die, for real.
But anyway, they're going to make their money back on it. This could be another Virtual Boy. I don't know, but
dude, they spent $25 on the whole idea. And they're selling them for $10 a piece.
But they only spent a penny on the name.
Labo. Somebody gave them $25 just to use the name. Mm-hmm. And then they took that $25 that they got and they made the cardboard idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right,
they're going to make all their money back. They're going to sell 2 pieces. And that's
they'll
all
get it back. All right, well, moving on. A few tidbits I've got. The first tidbit is Microsoft announced that Minecraft team leader Matt Booty has been promoted to corporate vice president of Microsoft Studios, right under the big boss Phil Spencer.
He'll be the next one.
Spencer himself made comments about bringing positive change to the brand in 2018, and this seems to be their step in that direction. He said, I wanted to make sure that we had the right organization in place to deliver our content goals. With that, I made a decision that I wanted to anoint a leader of our Microsoft Studios organization. Booty himself spoke out about the promotion, saying, this is an incredible privilege and honor to step into this role. I really look at it first and foremost as an opportunity to serve and provide a leadership layer, there we go, to the studio head so they can focus even more on making great games. Well, good for you. Now, on the flip side of that coin, Sony had a shift in power as well, with Jim Ryan assuming the role of deputy president of Sony Interactive Entertainment.
I like Jim Ryan.
Now, prior to this role, he was head of global sales and marketing of Sony Interactive Entertainment and president of the Europe division. The 22-year veteran of the company released this statement saying, it is a huge honor to be named deputy president. I'm looking forward to leveraging the experience I've had with PlayStation both in Europe and in leading global sales and marketing to support Jim Cadera as SIE strives to further expand the PlayStation business globally. Together with all of our employees and partners, I'm committed to continuing to deliver unique entertainment offerings that are possible only on PlayStation.
Who did he take over for?
I didn't find that out. I didn't see a name.
Okay, now Andrew House stepped away.
Did he?
Yeah, and somebody, I can't remember the guy's name, took over for him. And he came out with that statement, games as a service, they're still looking into that. And everybody kind of lost their shit. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because Sony said that for a while. Games as a service. Like, what are you talking about?
That sounds like EA talking.
Yeah, but I don't see them going that route. They haven't ever before. You know what I mean? So
they would
what
lose.
Are they talking about?
They seem to be a little bit more in tune with their players to do that, especially after that backlash.
Right.
So stupid.
I just feel like games as a service. Like, what are they talking about? Like, what idea do they have? I feel like it's more of an idea than what we're reading into it. Games as a service. Like
they need to clarify it before people lose their marbles.
And that's one thing that they have struggled with the last half a year is clarifying anything. Mm-hmm. They did good with the the launch of the PS4 and on up through, and then they come out with PS4 Pro and it starts getting muddy. Like, clarify what this is.
Yeah.
And it's something else, another statement. Clarify what this is. And they're not talking at all. Which sometimes maybe that's the best policy. They haven't suffered anything.
It depends. Depends on what they're hiding.
I don't know if they're hiding anything or just getting cocky again like they did with the PS2 era,
Well, we'll see.
That PlayStation rolled into PlayStation 3, they had their chest out, and then they got smacked.
Well, that's why you need to remember your history, kiddos.
Yeah.
All right. While we're still on the business end of it all, on the other end of the spectrum, Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg, who has been a big part of that business for the last decade, has decided to leave the company. His work helped Call of Duty, Destiny, and other projects into successes they are now. Hirschberg released a statement saying this is an amazing company, one which routinely delivers epic experiences for our fans on a scale that no one else can. I have nothing but admiration for the team I have worked with and have the privilege to lead. I have nothing but appreciation for Bobby for giving me this transformational opportunity and for also having the vision and the conviction to champion a creative person for the leadership role on this scale. Now, there is no word what his next move will be or who is stepping into his position.
Yeah.
So,
That could be big.
A lot of shakeups this week.
Yeah. Well, whoever gets that job, they'd just be well to just let it keep going. Because that's a well-oiled machine right now.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like. I was just thinking about, like, yeah, they Call of Duty and Destiny. They bring out a new Call of Duty every year, and it seems like it's always decent. You know, it's like it never, this year slacked. You know what you're going to get every year with Call of Duty. You know? And it's just, a lot of other companies couldn't do that, I don't think. Like EA can't do that. They can't do that. No. They barely do it with Madden, and some years they screw it up. You know? I wish that like somebody else had that franchise.
It's like give them time. They'll start losing franchises.
Yeah.
It just depends on what it's going to take for them to start
years,
pulling away. Next little tidbit is a teaser trailer connected to Dead by Daylight. Give a hint to the next killer.
I know who it is.
This trailer showed video footage, ticking clock, mannequin head, and what looks to be a reverse bear trap. And the teaser ends with a text saying, "Let's play a game." Who do you think it is?
I think it's Jigsaw.
You're probably more spot on, yeah.
I also heard they were going to create a new killer called the Hangman.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
I don't know how true it is.
Well, now obviously they didn't specify in the trailer that it was in fact Jigsaw, but if you kind of take a look at the hints, it's probably in that direction.
Yeah.
So now that said, here raises a question for me. How are you going to play as Jigsaw?
I don't know.
Because that's just, he never really did the killing.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of weird. I bet you're going to be that damn dummy.
Well, see, that was a thought too, but how would you even play as that?
Well, okay, like when you watch Jigsaw, the movie now, the new movie just came out, like, you know, the cover of the movie's got his face all just crispy paint looking and like peeling off of his face. Have you seen the new movie?
I have not.
I kind of want to see it now. When I seen the poster of it, I was like, man, I kind of want to see it now. Even though it's probably going to be just garbage.
Never know.
Like, what if he's in it and that's who you're going to play as? Like that
Could be.
version.
I mean, you saw what they did with Freddy. And
I didn't like that version of Freddy.
I don't either. But he seems to be their go-to now. I don't know why they would not go with your classic.
Yeah.
That's the one everybody loves.
Yeah. Let him say some awesome, like, little catchphrases.
Yeah, exactly. Hell, if you give Robert Englund some money just to record some new lines, I bet you he'd do an heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he's got to do. He didn't even have to get in makeup.
No, he
just
don't.
talk like Freddy.
Please.
Okay. That's what I love about Scarecrow and Injustice, because that's Robert Englund, and he's got that deep, dark, you want to get into my nightmare.
Yeah.
So it's Freddy. So
Exactly.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm curious to see how Jigsaw will fit in, because that's an odd killer. Because the way they did Freddy was odd too.
What if there's just traps everywhere?
Could be.
And you got to save people from the traps. I don't know. I'm just...
Yeah, I don't know.
That
It's
sounds
just
dumb too. No one to say it. I should have not even said it.
I mean, I hope this isn't just some opportunities like, what other killer can we get? Jigsaw. Okay, cool. And then we'll just figure it out later. No, you better have had a plan in mind before you implemented this.
Yeah.
Other than just being another killer, because there was even a thought someone pitched out that maybe you're playing as one of the, what do you call them? The other people who were trying to be Jigsaw with the pig mask.
Yeah.
I mean, visually it would be cool, but then it's just another killer.
Right.
So you're not doing anything
You're not
unique.
even going to do anything special with that.
Yeah.
Except chase them around with a knife or something.
Next tidbit is Take-Two Interactive apparently renewed the trademark for Manhunt, which is leading to speculation of a new game. The original was met with a lot of conflicting reviews and controversies. But it has a loyal fan base. I never played it.
Have you never played
I've
Manhunt?
never played it. I've
Oh
come
my
close.
God.
I've come close to buying it.
Dude, that game is like, I would compare that game to, what is the top down game you like with Miami?
Hotline Miami?
Hotline Miami, dude. I would just set in like Rockstar's kind of world, you know what I mean? Like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
You have these people across the map, and you have things that you can pick up and use, like a plastic bag you can put over their face and smother them, you know? A shard of glass, you stab them in the neck. There's cameras, and you have to wait till it ain't watching and sneak around and kill all these people. I mean, it's just great. And escape the area.
Like I said, I was always kind of curious, and I know it's actually on PlayStation 4 now, but I don't know. I didn't know if I would have the... I don't know if I would want to play it. And not to say that just because it's dated, I just felt like it would maybe have missed its expiration date for me, and so I would come back to it and be like, I don't know. But, I mean, I have come back and played some older games before that were PlayStation 2 that they've re-released, and, you know, it took me some getting used to, but I was
that's what I can't say. I wish they would rethink the controls when they bring it back out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the one thing. Because it's so much has changed. There's 2 sticks now. Back then, I don't even remember if we had 2 sticks. I think we had 1 stick at one point. Am I right? Or no sticks?
Yeah, no sticks.
No sticks, yeah.
Because I don't think they implemented those until PlayStation 2, maybe? But mid-cycle?
Yeah, it was later
Because
on.
it wasn't original. It wasn't. It started off with no control sticks, and then they came in mid-cycle.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember using the sticks in this game.
I don't either.
So there's a lot more things you could do, I think. Mm-hmm. And if they make a new one, oh my God, that'd be so good.
And that's why I'm kind of like, well, maybe I'll just wait and see. Because if they do something like a reboot, since it's been a while since there's been one, or at least some sort of refreshing imagination for it, so maybe
like Shadow of the Colossus style. You talking about? Yeah. If they did that, man, oh my God, it was so.
So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Because apparently they've had that reissued since 2016.
Right. So. And what's awesome is how brutal that game is. Like you can pick up a bat and just bash somebody's head in, you know, it's the guards and stuff, and different areas. Like it reminds me of like Running Man almost at the same time. Like you escape from jail and you've got to get to a certain area before whoever's mastermind's watching you on his camera, and you go through certain areas and there's gangs looking for you. There's like 5 or 6 different gangs looking for you in this like not suburbs. I guess it's more like a project. It's really cool, man. I think you should. I would play it if I was you. If you've never played it,
if I can find it on a deal or something like that,
I would say don't spend a lot of money on it. I think you can get it for $9.99. I wouldn't spend more than that.
Yeah. All right. Next tidbit is the. Speaking of long lost franchises, Sega is returning House of the Dead to arcades with House of the Dead: Scarlet Dawn. The game features 2 new heroes using whatever they can to take down a horde of zombies. Apparently, this is going to be a deluxe-size arcade cabinet, so players can actually sit inside of it and get a full experience of fear blasting your way through the dead. Currently, this game is set to release at the Club Sega in Tokyo. What? Before a wider release. Huh?
Club Sega.
What? Before a wider release is launched, no word on a stateside release or a home console release. Meh.
I love zombies. I've just never been a light gun fan. I've only played a few games where they were really fun.
If they did that in VR with the aim controller,
oh yeah,
you might sell me. I might be interested.
Dude, make me a zombie game like Farpoint. Mm-hmm. That game is outstanding, dude. I'm serious. That controller changes everything. It really does.
Looks pretty cool. And last tidbit is Fox Next recently acquired Cold Iron Studios, which is a studio comprised of industry vets who've worked on such games as BioShock Infinite, Metroid Prime 3, and City of Heroes. Upon the acquisition, it was reported that the studio is currently working on its next game, which will be a shooter based on the Alien franchise.
Please don't screw it up.
Well, I was just like, an Alien game. There's not been an Alien game that's really excited me. I mean, Isolation came close, but
it was different.
Even that, I kind of
Outlast did it better.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah, I got halfway through isolation. I was
That game needs to be VR.
Yeah. It might change my perspective of it.
That game would be so... I mean, an Alien game in VR, dude. Just that's everybody's worst nightmare.
Oh, especially if the tail came down in front of your face.
Oh, my God.
You'd fucking lose your shit.
I would just shit right on the couch.
Be like, ah!
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be good.
All right. Weird news time.
Weird news. Have you got good weird news today?
Well, this isn't like last week. Last week, we had some really good weird news. This week, I wasn't even sure if this classifies weird news, but I said, well, it's weird for me.
Then it's weird. You're weird.
A British film company called Woodhouse Pictures is producing a mockumentary film that focuses on players of the original N64 game GoldenEye.
Mockumentary. So they're making it seem like they're professionals?
Yeah. So very much in the vein of stuff like Waiting for Guffman or A Mighty Wind, all the Christopher Guest movies, and one of my other favorites, What We Do in the Shadows. If you have not seen that movie.
That's the vampire movie, right?
Yes.
That is so funny.
It is hilarious. Going for GoldenEye is what it's being called. It's being described as a love letter to the heyday of the N64 and the rivalries of the couch multiplayer.
Oh, dude, I bet that is going to be funny.
The movie will center on GoldenEye World Championships and follow a number of what they say, quote, deluded, cringe-inducing GoldenEye players who wonder why the world no longer cares about their beloved game. There is no mention of a theatrical release at this time, but it is set to release on video on demand, Blu-ray, and DVD later this year.
Dude, what was the movie you went and seen? Range 19? Range 49? Was it? What was that?
Something like... What was it?
Was it Range 19?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about, though, but I can't remember the name of it.
Dude, I feel like if I never would have seen that movie, I would have missed out on something.
Yeah.
I thought... And the way we seen it was just... I mean, it's a movie... What was it? Made by
Marines,
or
not just Marines, but I think
just military in general, right?
Military people in general.
Made a military movie, and it was a zombie like apocalypse kind of thing, and they're in the military in this movie too, aren't they? Or they just get out.
I think they just got out.
Okay, and we watched it with just everybody in there had to be military.
Yeah,
it felt like they knew everything that was going on. When they made these little inside jokes like PT belts and stuff, everybody laughed. I'm like, what? I don't get it. But at the same time, it worked for me because the way they were setting it up was so funny,
Yeah.
And I feel like we watched it at the best possible time because we've seen it with all those guys, and that added to it. It was just, I still want to buy that movie.
Yeah, I'd like to see it again.
Yeah,
I wish. Yeah, I'm so upset I can't remember the name of.
I think it's Range 19.
For some reason, I'm getting 44.
Well,
I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm gonna look it up.
All right, if you come across it, fine. Until then, I'm going to move on to release dates.
Go ahead.
Another short week, but obviously we've got some big games incoming. On January 23rd, we have The Inpatient for PSVR.
So excited!
I'm excited for. I actually heard, and I'm not going to spoil this, but there was a trophy in there.
Yeah.
That's a huge tie-in to Until Dawn. Like it.
Oh yeah.
It's generally a spoiler if you don't want to know anything about this. I feel like it spoils the game.
Until Dawn, I pretty much know what's fixing to go down.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, do yourself a favor and don't look up because I kind of feel like I know where this game's going. Because of that trophy, and I was like,
well, I knew where it was going as soon as we seen it was the hospital. I mean, well, when we get through, we'll talk about it. I don't want to say anything right now.
But also, that's coming for PSVR. Lost Sphere is coming for PS4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. January 25th, we have Celeste coming for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. And on January 26th, the big day, Monster Hunter World for PS4 and Xbox One. Currently, if you have not been told, PC gamers, you will get this game, from what I'm hearing, fall in 2018. And I know that's a long way away, but they are optimizing the game for PCs, so you will get a much smoother, more gorgeous version of the game. So think about that before you get mad. You're going to get a polished version.
Yeah.
Also on January 26th, games that are going to fall by the wayside because they can't compete is Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
You'd be surprised at that game, though.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a big following. But I still see Monster Hunter destroying it.
All right. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, I guess that's what it's called. PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And Railway Empire for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
That game is doomed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's coming out at the worst possible time.
And then, well, you know...
It's like that movie turd coming out when an Avengers movie is coming out. You're like,
Yeah.
why are you coming out today?
We fucked up and didn't see the release date of the Avengers. We're coming out the day before.
Yeah.
Come on. Never mind.
All right.
Remember what I was going to say.
Are you ready?
Yes.
For a retro review.
I am. We didn't have one last week.
We didn't have one
I just
because we had a lot of
realized this halfway
news.
through the week.
Yeah, we had a lot of news. So I put one together today because, well, more yesterday. I was kind of coming up with this idea, and I don't know. I had this decision to make, and I was trying to dig. I wanted to come up with a very obscure title that maybe not a lot of people would remember, but I have fond memories of. Now, do you want to take a guess?
Give me one hint. 2 hints.
Nintendo.
Oh, God, then that don't count.
Okay.
That's a given.
What would be another one? This one's kind of a hint, but it's not necessarily this. Sports game.
Pro wrestling?
No.
Okay.
That's a good one. I need to do that one.
I got that right over there.
Any other?
You got it?
Huh? No, I don't.
Well, another hint. I get 2 hints.
It had... There's 2 games
Uh-huh.
and a spinoff
Right?
of this. And they all kind of pretty much... I've got the sequel.
I don't know. Go ahead and just tell me.
Okay. Skate or Die 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like
The
those
Search
guys.
for Double Trouble.
The Search for Double Trouble.
Now,
Oh, before you go, range 15.
range 15. Okay, thank
Range
you.
15. I got it before you did.
I don't know why I was on 44
I
and
was
you were on
so
19.
much closer.
So, yeah,
but
you were. I don't
went
know why I
over,
was on
so
44.
prices, I didn't win the showcase showdown.
But it's okay. Now, believe it or not, this is what was fascinating to me. And this is why I chose this game. This was a game, or at least the very first one, was published and developed by EA.
Yeah.
And that was fascinating to me. So that's why this got chosen.
That's
Now-
back when they were good. They were Electronic Arts then.
Yes. Back before EA became the most hated video game in the world, they were looking to make their mark on the world. They, at the time, had distributed 4 titles before developing their first internal title, which was Skate or Die. Now, the game was nothing more than really a skateboard simulator with a few various ramps and challenges and stuff like that, but it was kind of fun. It was released on various platforms. I think there was NES, Commodore, and
And
a
what it
few
on
PC.
arcade also?
Might have been.
I believe I feel like I played it on the arcade, Skate or Die. They said
But
that in the game.
It did have, numerous platforms that it was on. It spawned its own spin-off, which was Ski or Die. And and the one sequel, which we're talking about, that was only on the NES, Skate or Die 2.
Double Trouble.
It's the Search for Double
The
Trouble.
Search for Double Trouble. Yeah.
Now, Skate or Die 2 actually took a step up and over from going from a simulation-style game to an action-adventure game complete with story mode.
Nice.
Before digging into that portion of the game, I would like to mention that the music being played, hopefully at this point right now,
Now.
or it's been playing perhaps.
No, right now.
Okay. All right. This was one of the few things that was very unique and amazing about a game at this time. Rob Hubbard, who was the theme composer and music composer for it, the music being played right now was actually played on a guitar, electric guitar. And it implemented that with other elements similar to that in the game, foregoing the typical 8-bit sound that you would actually get at that time. It also,
Way ahead of its time.
yeah, way ahead of its time. It also implemented digitized voices that actually sounded audible, unlike some other games at the time. And I'm talking about you, Rubble Ribble. Rubble Ribble.
It was like Mario when he counted on Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Now, you play as the main character who has no name, which seems to be some common trope in video games that no one has gotten rid of.
That guy.
That guy. You're the hero. But your name might as well be Poser, since that's what you're called by this thug named Ice Pick, who looks like a picture of a shaved 500-pound goat caught mid-scream. Your character has a girlfriend named CJ, who, I swear to God, she's an exact copy of Ariel, the Little Mermaid. That I'm really surprised that EA...
on land at that time.
I don't know, but I swear I'm surprised EA didn't get slapped with a lawsuit.
She wanted to be part of his world.
Okay, but you got if you don't remember, you got to go look that back up. Now you can also meet up with Rodney and his son Lester, who are actually returning characters from the first game. Now, Rodney, who is seriously Rodney Dangerfield with a mohawk, will sell you better skateboards throughout the game, and Lester, who is a straight 80s punk, will teach you all new skating tricks. You know, all you have to do is give him your French fries and your CDs and your cassettes and whatever items you happen to pick up. Now, the story itself, once you really dig into it, it's very 80s and 90s, okay? Your character is skating down the sidewalk of this peaceful town called Elwood.
Elwood.
When you're distracted by the thug Icepick, who's just shouting at you incessantly, calling you a poser for some reason. I guess he's your bully. But unbeknownst to you, you do not see the mayor's wife's pet poodle walk out in front of you, and you somehow flatten it with your skateboard.
And that's what the game is about.
Well, that's what starts it. Is this tragic scene. This actually leads the mayor's wife to demand that skateboarding in Elwood be banned. So now you must find a way to stop this from happening. Do you want to know what the solution to that is, according to the game?
Skate or die.
Well, no, you actually catch her in a warehouse and then you shoot her with your paintball gun. Because that's literally what level 1 is. You go down the street, you go into a warehouse, and she's in there throwing stuff, and you just shoot her with your paintball. And apparently that clears everything up.
So we're good now.
Yeah,
we're good.
Because at that point, skateboarding's back on. You just had to shoot her with your paint gun.
Yeah. Sometimes
Go figure.
I hope I'll be shot with a paint gun.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that that's what it would take sometimes, but, you know. Now, not only that in level 1, but I would also say that you need to really get acquainted with your controls in level 1, buying what you can from Lester and Rodney, and also, you know, beating her up. One thing to note here is that the levels in these games are very traversable in both directions. It's not just a side scroller to one direction, because you can go straight to her, like immediately, if you wanted to, if you know where her warehouse is, and go beat her up if you want to. But you can go from one end to the other and skate back and forth, collecting whatever you want, doing tricks. I feel like it's a very good basic tutorial level, because beating her is really the main focus. But at least by doing that, you can really get familiar with the controls, because you really need to.
You said Rodney Dangerfield. I've seen a picture of it. I remember this.
Yeah, you remember that? No, I think that was from part 1.
Yeah, but I remember that. And that's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same Rodney. Now, after assaulting this elderly woman, one would assume that your plan worked, because your character heads back out to the local half pipe, only to find it being demolished.
Oh.
Yes, a construction worker on the site just decides to talk to you, and he informs you that this half pipe was built without a proper permit, so it must be demolished.
Always a permit, man.
Yeah, always a permit. I didn't realize that's how it worked. Now, as distraught as you are, and you have nowhere to go, the construction worker gives you a suggestion. Either you can take up knitting, or perhaps you can get a job to pay for the permit. Go get a job, and you can buy this permit and have this half pipe built.
So then you got to go and skate and earn money.
Yes, pretty much. Now, I didn't realize it was just that easy to go buy a permit and get something built like that. I feel like there's a lot of legalities that they're kind of washing over.
I think maybe you're wrong.
Maybe not. I don't know.
It's like
I've never done that before. I've never done it before.
Well, it's just like this.
Just like this in the real world. All right. So, anyway, the second stage of this game was actually one of my favorites, because you're in a mall doing jobs. And I kind of enjoyed the mall setting, and you have time delivery challenges for the level. So what you do is you have a job, you got to go deliver something to a mall or to a store in the mall, and then they'll give you something to go deliver to another store, and you got to go back and forth delivering all this stuff until your job is done and you get all your money. And I always kind of felt like this level was very satisfying because it's challenging. It gives you obstacles you have to kind of dodge and everything straight away. And you can actually breathe a little bit with the controls because there's nothing stopping you. You've got a straight stretch of area with them all.
Right.
And, outside of your obstacles you have to dodge. But I felt like you could really get your flow going with your skateboard if you play the level right.
Right.
Because with the other level, like the first level, it's a straight sidewalk, but you've got
cracks.
Cracks. I think there was a plot hole, and you've even got what are they called? The parking meters. That's what it is. Yeah. In the way. So you've got stuff in your way, so you can never really get the speed.
Right.
Here, you can really work up that speed and just kind of weave in and out. And I feel like the controls work best here than anywhere else in the game.
Right.
Now, once you finish doing your job, you can, get all your you earn your money. That's what I'm trying to say here. That's what you did. You earn your money. Now you can go pay for the permit.
Right.
So you go visit Rodney because apparently he's your pal, and we just didn't know that. He's finishing the blueprints for a new half pipe.
So you got to go get more money.
No. What happens is, in a twist of dumb luck, your dumbass turns on a fan which blows all the blueprints out the door. And you have to go to the beach and collect them all.
That's a badass fan.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. It blew every damn blueprint out that door.
To the beach.
To the beach.
You live 7 blocks from the beach.
Mm-hmm. Now, for me, stage 3, you go from working up a very awesome level to a very terrible level because it was frustrating because you had to catch the papers. Mm-hmm. So it was just constant, oh, there's a paper, I gotta get, oh no, I missed it. And you're on a skateboard.
Which is
so you have to move at a certain pace. You can't go fast. You got to go fast enough and then slow down. And you got to turn back around and you overshoot it. So it's just you're chasing this paper and it's like, why don't you just please stop moving
and get the damn paper?
Yeah. So you're fighting yourself trying to catch the paper because the controls here just don't work.
Right.
Because you're always overshooting it or you're not going fast enough. And then when you finally get the speed, then the paper flies away and it's like, why did I even bother? This is so stupid. So you get mad pretty quick, or at least I did. But if you're lucky enough to nab all the papers and the blueprints, your girlfriend Ariel will head down to City Hall and she'll get the permit.
Nice.
Unfortunately and
Ice
unexpectedly,
Ice Pick.
that
bastard
kidnaps her for no goddamn reason.
Now all of a sudden you call Billy and Jimmy Lee.
I mean, seriously, this pertains to the story in no way whatsoever.
Ice Pick said something at the beginning, and then he comes in and steals your girlfriend.
Yeah. Beyond this, he's been nothing but that guy who yelled at me at the beginning, and then he just comes in and kidnaps my girlfriend. He's like, why'd you do this? I don't know. He's just being a jerk.
He loves The Little Mermaid.
He must. So, again, another terrible level is because you have to traverse a warehouse, but you have to keep going in and out of elevators.
Oh, shit.
So you have this area that you skate through, and then you go up an elevator, and then you got to go down, and then up and around. So there's never any straight shots.
Which suck.
Yeah, so these were not levels designed for skateboarding. Get off your skateboard, man. Because, again, when you're skateboarding, you have to go forward, and then you turn around, and you go back that way. So it gets frustrating real quick. But anyway, you find your way through multiple floors. You have to find the blueprint. Because he took that too, or the money. I don't know. Everything she had, you gotta find that too.
All the blueprint.
Beat the hell out of Ice Pick, and then when you do, everything comes together as it should have one stage ago. Because he had to muck everything up. So now you can try out the new half pipe and test your skills. This is actually a fun side game. I don't know if you remember this. You can actually do this at the beginning instead of doing the story mode, and it's just a half pipe, and you can do tricks and all that stuff like that. So. And then if you can skin your knee, or even, I don't know if you remember, I think you break your head open.
Yeah, you hit it on the
side. Because
side
if you hit it
thing.
a certain way, you'll just see your head fly off.
Oh yeah,
like early video game violence.
Yeah, that's your helmet.
Yeah, but it looked pretty gnarly the way they did it.
Yeah.
So I liked it. Now, despite sounding like I'm complaining about this game and its story logistics, it was actually kind of fun.
Back then, that was legit.
Yeah, I mean, this is what game I would always come back to often. It was like, oh yeah, I kind of want to play that again. Obviously, we didn't have the choices we have now, so. Right. But I mean, there were certain gameplay elements that were enjoyable, and despite some obvious issues like controls, I was always kind of curious why EA never really came back to this franchise, but if you look at other games they developed, like SSX, I kind of feel like that kind of was the evolution of this, just into something new.
Right.
Now, usually I would say I'd love to see a developer come back to this, but at this point in time, I'd rather not see EA touch this series.
No, or no.
They just need to leave it
microtransactions.
alone.
Get this skateboard. Get that skateboard. You got to have this skateboard to get on this.
$1 and you can get a wheel.
Yeah, these wheels go faster than all
So-
your buddies.
I'd rather them leave this alone. But
Yeah.
if you've never tried it, never played it, I'd kind of recommend giving it a go.
I think Tony Hawk come out and kind of changed everything.
And that probably had a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was fun for the time, and I wouldn't mind going back to it, maybe on emulator sometime. Just
Yeah.
I don't know, taking a look at it again.
I think my go-to game was, I think I had two. I would always go back and play Zelda, or I would go back and play Contra.
Yeah,
No, and
Contra's
Mike
always-
Tyson's Punch-Out. Those three, I really remember playing those three a whole lot.
Always, they were fun.
Yeah.
There's our show, man.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, we're getting our
We're getting our
stride
groove back,
dude.
man.
Yeah, get it back. I stretched a little bit before the show today.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And you hit your knee.
I hit my knee. I stretched though.
That's always good. Stretching is good.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's healthy.
We'd like to thank all of our listeners out there, everyone who listens every week. Your support is much appreciated. Special thanks to our patrons out there who make this show and other shows we do possible.
Thank you.
If you want to be a member of our special inner circle, go to
inner circle.
patreon.com/pencil and paper productions and get yourself that status. That way you can get all those special goodies no one else gets, or maybe just before everyone else.
And a decoder ring. Mm-hmm. Not really.
You can even be called paper or pencil or lead.
Or that guy.
Depends on how much money you want to throw at me.
We're gonna call you Pencil.
That's right. I'm the head pencil.
Pencil Dick.
Thank you.
I love you.
I know you were going there. Now, this year we hope to have some new and exclusive merch for our patrons. I'm still transitioning sites from Redbubble to our new site. So keep your eyes peeled in 2018 for an announcement. And if you have a story or topic that you want us to cover, hit us up on Facebook and let us know. And you know what? If there is another social media platform that you need Super Mega Crash Brothers Turbo to be on that would be convenient for you, let us know.
We got you. We have a very quick response on our Facebook page.
Yes. But we can't do this without you talking to us. We don't know what we're doing right. We don't know what we're doing wrong. Comments. That's why you hear it on YouTube all the time. Comments. Please comment. We need to know what we're doing right, and we need to know what we're doing wrong. I honestly feel like something has shifted, because I've told you before that Porter and Ale is probably one of my best YouTube shows. It didn't seem to hit the wall this time. So I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I need communication.
Please.
Fans need to communicate.
All
Not
the
just
time.
with hateful vitriol or anything like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was going to say. Don't call me a hillbilly. Just
No, just tell me what is. Do you like it? Do you not? If you don't like it, then fine. I'm
would
going to
make you
take
like
your
it?
silence as a dislike.
what would make you like it?
Yeah,
Maybe it's just one thing.
exactly.
Maybe more John. I don't know.
Maybe.
He's got the flu.
But anyway, we try to be everywhere we can. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. Why not? Google Plus.
No, we're not enough porn.
Okay. Well, we will try to be wherever we can, but we need to know where we can do it that will be the most good. Let us know. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I am Stephen White.
And I am Todd Stark.
You are.
I was going to change my name, but I changed my mind.
That's good. I'm glad you did.
What was my name that one time?
Chancho Smith.
Chancho. I'm Chancho Smith again then.
Nah,
Yeah.
Todd for right now. You've been Todd the whole show. You don't need to change now.
Chancho.
Thank you so much for listening. Join us again next time. But until then, game on.